Welcome to Matters Financial and Geopolitical from a Frontier. Thank you for stopping by. It's been an incredible 48 hours. I'll deal with that in a moment. Let's start off with what is the pivotal situation, the two pivots that the market is now looking at. One is the dollar. It broke critical resistance. This is a chart from Geopolitical. Currently, we're at 98.27. This is a fresh high. And my target remains 100. We've finally broken through those resistance levels. And I said this at the end of last year, that the direction of the dollar is therefore pivotal. And I said I'm increasingly in a minority, but I expect the dollar to strengthen about 10% through 2019. It takes us up to about 104, 105 on the dollar index, and I can tell you that will be a weaponized US dollar. And I wrote about weaponization at the time of Erdogan, when he was having those problems in August last year. And I said then that the US can weaponize the dollar, and it probably did in the case of Erdogan. And what I said then is relevant, although I don't know whether it's been by design this time round. I suspect not. I said to Sputnik last year that the US has been weaponizing the dollar. Erdogan described the US as behaving like wild wolves, to quote him. And I said the dollar is a weapon and Trump is relishing his financial warfare strategies. I said we've exited a period when the living was easy and the world was awash with a golden flood of dollar liquidity. Many policymakers imbibed the Kool-Aid and believed in this new normal. I said now we're reverting back to the status quo ante. The tide has now reversed. President Erdogan's voodoo economics worked in the time of the golden flood of liquidity. But under today's less benign conditions, particularly for emerging and frontier markets, no one except die-hard Erdogan-supporting Turkish nationalists is prepared to throw good money after money gone bad on the basis of Erdogan's hocus-pocus monetary policy. And this essentially now applies not only to him, but to many others. And we're seeing it infect a whole bunch of markets. I was saying Trump's aggressive foreign economic policy is the signature success of this administration. But as I said, it's not clear to me whether it was by design. I suspect not. And in that article, I was warning about South Africa in particular. Then in August, I wrote currency puzzles and a weaponized dollar. That link is there. August again, the week before, I'd spoken about Trump's financial warfare strategies. I was using the example of Erdogan, quoting Hunter S. Thompson, the edge, there is no way to explain it, because the only ones who really know where it is are the ones who have gone over. Maduro, Erdogan at the precipice, Argentina flipped. And I said countries that have been flying by the seat of their pants are now being caught with their pants down. And that this has all the ingredients for baking a good old-fashioned crisis. Look, you know what the markets are like. Picking the moment is the most difficult thing. You can see that it's going to come. Betting for that moment to arrive has bankrupted many great traders. Julian Robertson is one. This is Chi-Girl also alerting us to the dollar, says we're going to have to revisit EM dollar-denominated debt again. She's correct. And it took me back to an article I wrote about halcyon days from the Latin Alcyone, daughter of Iulius and the wife of Ceyx. When her husband died in a shipwreck, Alcyone threw herself into the sea, whereupon the gods transformed them both into halcyon birds, kingfishers. When Alcyone made her nest on the beach, waves threatened to destroy it. Iulius restrained his winds and kept them calm during 7 days in each year so that she could lay her eggs. These became known as halcyon days, when storms do not occur. Today the term is used to denote a past period that is being remembered for being happy and or successful. And I was saying it's the end of halcyon days. This is the Chinese renminbi share of SWIFT payment. It rose to 1.89% versus 1.85%. Hardly earth-shattering.